this isn't a big deal, but little things multiply over days and days and days, become big things, and becomes a pattern of behavior. And right now, the Browns do about 1,000 little things wrong. So when Amari Cooper has a ball literally bounce off the center of his chest, or when Nick Harris gets called for a holding that, probably a little ticky-tack. If you're doing all the little things wrong, then those things are magnified.
It's pretty good. I love that you're like that with the boys, though, Bo.
Oh, dude.
I mean, my wife.
I have no patience for it.
I've become the bad guy in the house because I want to see tasks complete. I want to see things done the way they're supposed to.
Nobody cared about me until I put on the mask.
Yeah, there's a procedure. That's basically what it is. Like, you have to be that guy, and it's terrible. Like, we're trying to teach a pattern of behavior to be successful in life and not be like the Cleveland Browns. You don't want to be the Cleveland Browns of your existence, but like, that's the goal.
No.
If I put the number at 6.5, are we going to go with the over/under right now?
How could it? How could it go over? You find 5 wins. I don't know. I mean, they got Washington this week.
They look like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, they don't punt, so that's a problem. They got Washington, then they've got Philly, then what is it, Baltimore or Cincinnati, and then the other one. So, like, that's kind of where they're going now. And then the Chargers, who look pretty competent under Harbaugh. So, like,
at the Dome against the Saints after that.
I don't know. I don't know how they get it right. There's a lot to question here. For a team that was playing the way that it did. I don't know that it's all rowing in the same direction. So it's a tough spot for them, and it's one that obviously nobody thought they'd be in, losing to the Giants and the Raiders back-to-back, the Raiders without their 2 best players. So I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of soul-searching. The question is, are there players on that team who can be accountable and hold others accountable and that type of stuff? The other thing that's happening, too, is, like, Miles right now, he's so damn good when he's out there. He's probably the best player in the NFL, just pure player. But because his feet are the way that his feet are, he can't play every down.
Yeah.
So he's kind of a part-time player. So he still had 2 sacks, in the game because he's Miles. But at the same time, like, he can't play as much as he used to. And so he used to cover up a lot of stuff defensively too, because you had to account for him all the time. So, yeah, I don't know what the roadmap is for them. I have no idea what I'm going to get out of them on Sunday. I really don't.
You find it interesting that, Amari Cooper was kind of linked by Shefty yesterday?
Well, look, he's not going to be back next year anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, they redid his deal. They gave him the guaranteed money. They treat their players right. I'll give them credit for that. I'll give him a lot of credit for that. Like, it's a first-class way of treating players. They converted that to guaranteed money, got him happy for this year. Like, there was no long holdout. There was nothing like that. Like, no hold in. Got him the money, and then but he'll be gone next year anyway. The other thing that's really real here is, they don't have 3 years of first-round picks. So, and some second-round picks. So you don't have depth anywhere, because it's all in Deshaun Watson and used to acquire Deshaun Watson. So because of that, your depth on your defensive line isn't what it used to be. Your depth on your offensive line isn't what it used to be. They've really failed at drafting receivers, so that forces them to go trade for them, whether it's Amari or Jerry Jeudy or Elijah Moore. They haven't been able to draft a receiver who can stick. There's nothing really at running back that's scary. So they have real issues now all of a sudden with the roster that nobody saw coming.
What are your thoughts and memories of Pete Rose, Bo?
Well, it's interesting. I was talking to Shark, so I didn't grow up here, but he was, as a man who is 40 and on the back half of the 40s, he was omnipresent in my life from the standpoint of in sports talk, like, you don't have anything to talk about in June. It was, should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame? And then my window into national sports was Sports Illustrated. My mom got me Sports Illustrated in 1985, and I got Sports Illustrated, and that was, every Friday when it would deliver was Christmas for me. And he was on the cover a lot because they did a lot of the investigative work, right? And so he was on the cover a lot. And so you knew who Pete Rose was. My mom was a big baseball fan. George Brett was her favorite player, but she always talked about Pete Rose, and the players from that era were certainly the ones that she wanted us to idolize as kids when we were playing baseball. So that's some of it, but it's interesting. Like, I think it's a little bit generational, because my hunch is, like, I know that my kids would have no idea who he is. And I don't know, like, if you're 15 to if you're 18 to 35, do you have a great understanding of him? Because once he admitted it, kind of vaporized. Like, once he said, oh, yeah, I did it, then it was kind of like, okay, well, then nobody talked about Pete anymore.
Well, then he became a caricature, too.
He did, yeah. But he also, I remember I felt like almost like him not being in the Hall kept him more top of mind than if he was in.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
It was almost like because he wasn't in, he remained very popular. And then once he admitted he just kind of was gone. And there was those images of him in a Vegas, casino signing autographs and
Flirting
going
with
to
my
Cooperstown.
stepmom when my dad and my stepmom were over there. That's a real
Yeah.
story.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's crazy. That's crazy.
He tells the story way better than I do. He picked out my stepmom from like 3 or 4 people back. He's like, "Hey, why don't you fast pass the line? Come up here. What are you guys doing later?" I'm like, and my dad's like, "Well, I mean, it is Pete Rose, So
yeah. What are you going to do? Say no? So I think that probably though I think about like. I say this about Bernie Kosar in Cleveland, like he's more popular in Cleveland than Joe Montana is in San Francisco, right? And I imagine, I don't have as much intellectual knowledge of Cincinnati, but I would imagine Pete Rose is the most popular athlete in the history of Cincinnati by 1,000 miles, I would think, especially when he played.
I think if you polled Cincinnati fans and asked, should he be in the Hall of Fame, it would be 99% to 1.
He's a Cincinnati kid.
Yeah.
Like all of it. Like it's so storybook, that part of it.
Always appreciate the time.
All right, boys.
Have a great show today. I'm very much looking forward to the announcement at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
It's going to be very exciting. And remember, all you parents out there, you're not your kids' friends.
No.
Stop trying. Don't worry about that. They got their own friends. You're raising adults.
I mean, I would say on the friends category, Bo, you are more like a drill sergeant than a friend. Like, lean more that way, and then you'll be good.
I told NBC, we went down to Lexington for the Kentucky game to finish his travel basketball career. And after it, I said, buddy, I love you, but understand that you're going to dislike me a lot over the next few years. Understand it all comes from a place of love. I love you first and foremost, but I am not interested in being your friend.
Now pick up your room.
That's right. At 26, fine. I'll be your friend. We'll play golf. It'll be the best time ever. Not now. That's not where we're at.
Thanks, Unc. Have a great show today.
All right, boys.
There he goes. Uncle Bo with us every single Tuesday at this time. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching slow-moving traffic on I-71 northbound. The right lane is blocked in those northbound lanes just past State Route 104. Also still watching crews clear up a crash on I-670 westbound. That ramp to get on those westbound lanes coming from 5th Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Rothman. If you're feeling at a loss for energy or just not upbeat like you used to be, it could be low testosterone. That's right, it affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But guys have different T levels, so don't go for a standard dosage plan. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan, like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. Do it now. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Save big money on everything at Menards. Keep your guns, ammunition, and valuables secure with Sports Appeal gun safes. We have multiple sizes available to fit your needs. The spacious interiors are fully carpeted to protect against scratches and include adjustable side shelves to suit your storage needs. Save big on Sports Appeal at Menards. And check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for more great deals.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
It's Customer Appreciation Week with special deals like select Kroger brand pasta sauce or pasta for only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
The Buckeye Show.
Jim Lachey back in the day just pointing.
We going right here, and it's not a dang thing you can do about it.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Columbus, the wait is over. Blue Jackets hockey is back. Come feel the boom all season long. Be here Tuesday, October 15th for the home opener, presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets today at BlueJackets.com.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited truck month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
True Work is the most technical workwear in the world, delivering modern solutions to timeless job site challenges. Innovation meets tradition in True Work's high-performance lineup of work pants, shirts, and jackets, all engineered to give you the comfort and protection you need, especially in the most extreme conditions. Check out the full lineup with over 50,000 five-star reviews at truework.com and use the code SPORTS15 to get 15% off your first order. That's TRUEWERK.com. True Work helps you be your best when the weather's at its worst.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check that your guests like spicy first before serving Atomic Hot Wings.
Who's hungry? Oh my gosh. What are these?
You don't like them? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Water.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, cloudy, high 79. Heading into tonight, though, it will be quite a bit cooler. Clearing out late tonight with a low of 56. Patchy morning fog on your Wednesday. Otherwise, sunny in the afternoon with a high of 73. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrap things up here. Little Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and we here on the Juice brought to you by our great friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. We said Uncle Bo and the boys going to be up. Don't forget, 10 a.m. Big announcement for those guys. Big announcement. You're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to miss it.
Shark, what's the announcement?
We had a meeting yesterday to talk about some things that's going on here.
Non-pertinent information meeting.
And they said at the very end, Fish told us at the very end, guys, don't blow the announcement. Now we have 6 more minutes to go before we sign off. There's plenty of time to do that.
You know what they could have done, Beam, so that we didn't blow the announcement? Didn't have us come to the meeting to tell us what the announcement was. And then they could just say, there's a big announcement.
Don't tell me anything important that's supposed to be a secret, because I do want to share it. I want to say it.
You don't have to be like Michael Scott in the negotiations.
Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything. 15 seconds later in the elevator, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
That's what.
Here's our first offer, Michael. Well, we reject it. Never accept the first offer.
Oh, gosh. It's great. It's a Tuesday. I enjoy it. Tuesday's like getting up the hill. Wednesday, you're sitting there, man. I feel pretty good. Mondays are always so busy for me. Today's a little bit busy. And then tomorrow, like kind of the capstone of the week. And then you're just slithering down the hill. And listen, we got Iowa this weekend for the Buckeyes.
All gray, baby.
The gray out?
Yeah. I like those uniforms.
The gray day?
Yeah, they're okay.
It's still gray day. Maybe they could remix Dre Day into Gray Day and get that going for the Buckeyes.
What about Green Day? You can wake them up. October's begun. September has ended.
No, they said they're banned in Las Vegas because they called Las Vegas a quote crap hole. And
are they banned?
I think from playing in Las Vegas because they called Vegas a crap hole. And they're like, what do you think Oakland is?
Yeah.
So I think they're from the Bay. I think they might be from Oakland.
An interesting point here on our YouTube chat. So I'm not sure if it was talked about yesterday in the morning, but what are your guys' thoughts on the blatantly obvious fake injury by Ole Miss and they're running? Because they've done this now a few times. Ole Miss has, and I think if you go back and look, I think the lane train has a history of this with his teams, right?
Well, they're going to push the bounds of the rules. They've got to enforce when it there's guys that you can see cramp and things really happen, and you don't ever want to accuse someone of crying wolf, but for heaven's sake. It looks like some of these guys out there, Beamer, getting shot.
Well, it also looks like they're looking over at the sideline, and someone is like, "Get down on the ground."
Down.
Yeah, and then they just fall down on the ground.
Yeah.
Ref's got to blow the whistle. Timeout's got to be taken. Yeah, I don't like.
Guy gets up, walks off, pretend to stretch his calf. There's dudes who you watch get cramps and and you can see the calf contract and things happen. So they've got to start penalty. You got to give him a 15-yarder. I mean, if it's going to be that nonsense.
You ever have a worse cramps? You ever have your worst cramp that you remember? Because I do.
Oh, Coach,
vividly.
I've had cramps when I sleep at night and I wake up and I'm like, why is my calf so sore? And I was like, oh, that's when I woke up in the middle of the night and had to roll out of bed to stretch my calf. It felt like it was about to explode.
You
get them on the airplanes after games.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're like, guys roll into the aisle, stretch out. You got suit pants on and stuff. Drink in your hand. Try not to spill that.
What an awful place to have a cramp. So we had terrible. On Fridays before wrestling meets, we would have weight maker practices. They crank up the temperature to $120 in the wrestling room. And again, I mean, wrestling is a winter sport. So when they opened the doors afterwards, I mean, it'd be cold outside.
Freezing.
And so you would see this fog roll in because it was so hot. Yeah, it was steamy in there.
All the must be.
So I remember that my mom had picked me up from practice. I was unable to drive, so I would have been either early high school or in middle school. I think I was
drunk.
Early high school when this happened, maybe a freshman or a sophomore. Anyways, at some point, so we had a weight maker practice, and again, I'm a bigger guy. I got a lot of water weight to lose, Bob. Yeah. And so I did, and I remember getting out of the car, and we were in our driveway. I remember getting out of the car. I had pushed the door open, but I like to kick the door. You ever done that before? You kind of kick the door open. So I went to kick the door open, and I got a cramp right here in my hip.
Oh, yeah.
The hip cramp. So then I went down to grab it, got a cramp full on in my side cramp.
Gut cramp.
Immediately shot myself to the other side. Left side starts to cramp. I managed to launch myself out of the car. So now I'm laying on the ground. Both sides are cramping. I'm trying to get up. Calves then cramp. Stomach's cramping. It even got to a point with my arms where they were
hands cramp more now than they ever did.
Where they were straight up. I had 2 claws.
Yeah.
And I'm I couldn't move. I was cramped up so bad. That was awful.
Yeah, the hand cramps are rough. That happened one time really bad at Ohio State. I watched them carry Dustin Fox. They were literally carrying him out of the room. He's and he's can't move. It's you. And they carried him. Where are they going? They ran him and dropped him in the cold tub. And just threw him in to break the cramp. He was I
can't move.
He was you start trying to straighten one thing and next thing goes. Oh, it was brutal.
Everything's interconnected. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Do you think Pete Rose will ever be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame? Yes or no? Shark, final answer on this for you. Will Pete ever be inducted?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes, too. It's unfortunate that it's going to have to be posthumous, but I'll say yes, that he will be inducted at some point. I don't know when. I don't know if this is going to be a Manfred thing, if he's going to overturn it, if they'll have to wait for a new commissioner.
Can't they just have, Shark, could they have a ghost inductee for him?
We have a ghost runner, a ghost enshrinee.
Pinch him in there, because then it doesn't count against him on your ERA, so he doesn't have to really justify it.
I'm going to send a proxy. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow on a big Wednesday if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have a great day. Uncle Bo and the boys up next. Big announcement for them coming at 10 a.m. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear up a crash on I-71 northbound. This is as you're approaching Greenlawn Avenue. Watch for crews blocking that right lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Updating the college football national championship odds, Ohio State is still the slight favorite at plus 370 to win it all. Alabama now right behind them at plus 380. Texas comes in with the third best odds at 5-1, and Georgia falls to fourth at plus 550. Ohio State will play Oregon next week. They have the fifth best odds to win the national championship at 10-1. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Protect yourself, Ohio. Get your shots for COVID and flu today. A message from the Ohio Departments of Health and Aging.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hey folks, Bobby Carpenter here. I picked up my brand new Toyota Tundra last week and I absolutely love it from my guy Marcello at Germain Toyota. And right now, you can lease the powerful Toyota Tundra SR5 for just $409 per month. That's 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. Built to handle tough jobs and thrilling journeys. The Toyota Tundra SR5 is the ultimate companion for work and play. These deals are rolling out fast, so don't wait. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Offer ends soon. See dealer for details.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings with new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items like pineapples, avocados, navel oranges, and lettuce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.